Hey guys, and welcome back to Ad News. For this week, we've decided to bundle up the best of the advertising news we've covered this year. It could be the spiciest ones, the one that cost the most money to the advertisers, the best ads, etc, etc. So don't be alarmed if I change clothes about 500 times during this video, it's just that this took about a year to make, as you might expect. Anyway, let's start the video. And if you want to support our work, please consider liking the video and even subscribing to the channel if you wish. See you soon. Next up, let's talk about brand safety. Especially on dynamic platforms like TikTok, brand safety has emerged as a critical concern in digital advertising, where it signifies the effort made by advertisers to ensure that their ads do not appear alongside content that could damage their brand's reputation. This concern is especially pertinent on platforms like TikTok, where the dynamic and user-generated nature of content presents unique challenges for maintaining brand integrity. But first, what is brand safety? Brand safety involves strategies and tools used by advertisers to prevent their ads from appearing next to inappropriate or harmful content. This could include anything from violent, extremist, or sexually explicit content, to more subtle issues like content that contradicts a brand values or messages. For advertisers, the implications of ad appearing next to unsuitable content can be severe, ranging from damaged reputation and brand trust to financial loss due to consumers' backlash. For users, brand safety efforts can enhance the quality of their online experiences, ensuring that the ads they see are more relevant and appropriate to the content they are consuming. TikTok, for example, has implemented various measures to enhance the brand safety. The platform has developed sophisticated content moderation technologies that use both AI and human review processes to filter out content that might be deemed unsafe or inappropriate for advertising. They also offers advertisers tools to select the types of videos and the context in which their ad can appear, providing greater control over the ad environment. So what's next? As digital platforms evolve, the demand for more robust brand safety measures is likely to increase. Advertisers can expect more advanced tools for content classification and ad placements, and even more transparency from platforms about the types of content that ads may be placed next to. Additionally, with the increasing use of AI in content moderation, there might be more precise and real-time decision-making about ad placements. The ongoing enhancements in brand safety are crucial for maintaining the delicate balance between effective advertising and brand protection. Platforms like TikTok are at the forefront of this movement, setting examples for how digital platforms can manage the complexities of user-generated content while providing safe and effective advertising environments. Advertisers need to stay informed and proactive, utilizing the latest tools and best practices to safeguard their brands in the ever-evolving digital landscape. We dive into some myth-busting findings from a new study by Stagwell, which has significant implications for advertisers. This study surveyed nearly 50,000 adults across the United States and found that placing ads next to news content is not as risky as previously thought. For a long time, advertisers have been wary of placing the ad near news stories about politics or crime, fearing it might negatively impact their brand. However, Stagwell's research debunked this myth. The study reveals that ads appearing next to news content perform just as well as those placed near more safe content like sport or entertainment. Mark Penn, CEO of Stagwell, emphasized the untapped potential of news audiences. Despite concerns, the study found that ads near news topics, including politics and crime, don't harm brand favorability or purchase intent. In fact, these ads can be just as effective, if not more so, in engaging audiences. One key takeaway is the importance of re-evaluating brand safety measures. Advertisers might need to rethink their strategies and consider investing more in news placement. This not only supports quality journalism, but also opens up new opportunities to reach engaged and diverse audiences. The findings challenge the traditional views on ad placement and suggest that news content could be a valuable space for advertisers looking to maximize their reach and impact. As brands strive to connect with consumers in meaningful ways, this study highlights that news content remains a viable and effective option. Google's latest algorithm update has caused a significant stir across the internet. Over the past 2 years, Google has rolled out a series of updates aimed at improving the quality of search results. These updates include using AI-generated answers, known as AI Overview. The goal of Google? To connect users with more helpful, satisfying and original content. However, the impact has been dramatic, especially for independent and smaller websites. The first update in August 2022 had polarizing effect, with some brands experiencing massive uplift in traffic, while others saw significant drops. But by the second update in September 2023, most websites experienced a severe decline in traffic, and the cherry on the cake was the recent update in March 2024, which appears to be the final nail in the coffin, leaving many sites with an average of 4 times less traffic than they had 2 years ago. For example, sites like HouseFresh, dedicated to air purifier reviews, saw their traffic plummet after these updates. This drop has led to layoffs and fears of shutting down, and meanwhile, larger, more established sites and user-generated content platforms like Reddit and Quora have seen a different story unfold. Since September 2023, some independent sites have lost up to 90% of their search traffic, with others experiencing declines from 20 to 60%. On the other hand, social media giants and large websites like Reddit with a 126% increase in traffic, Quora at 105%, and Wikipedia at 12.6% have benefited greatly from these changes. Critics argue that Google's changes favor larger, established brands over smaller independent sites, potentially stifling diversity and originality on the web. Despite Google's claim that these changes are meant to improve search quality, the debate continues on whether these updates will benefit the internet in the long run or harm the very fabric of online content creation. Let's now explore another cutting-edge trend in digital advertising landscape: the rise of audio digital advertising. As we see a shift in consumer behavior, where on-the-go content consumption is becoming the norm, audio advertising is capturing attention like never before. Audio digital advertising includes ad plays in podcasts, digital radio, and streaming music services. These platforms offer unique opportunities for brands to reach audiences through a medium that's both highly engaging and personal. And people often listen to audio content through headphones, which creates a direct and intimate connection with the listener. One of the key strengths of audio advertising is its ability to target specific demographic and interest based on listening habits. Platforms like Spotify and Pandora use sophisticated algorithms to personalize ad experiences, delivering relevant ads to users based on their music or podcast preferences. Moreover, the growth of smart speakers and voice-activated devices is amplifying the potential of audio ads. Advertisers can now engage with consumers in their homes, cars, and even through smartphones in ways that were not possible before. According to HubSpot's annual inbound marketing trend report, the integration of such devices is making audio advertising not just an option, but a necessary addition to digital marketing strategies. The analytics behind audio advertising are also evolving. With advanced tracking methods, advertisers can now measure the effectiveness of the audio ads more accurately, understanding not just who is listening, but how they engage with the content. This data is invaluable for optimizing ad campaigns and ensuring high return on investment. Looking forward, the trajectory for audio advertising points toward even more personalized and interactive experiences. Innovations such as dynamic ad insertions, which allow ads to be placed in real time based on the listener's context, are making audio advertising more relevant and impactful than ever. As we continue to see advancement in technology and changes in consumers' media consumption, audio advertising remains a vibrant and growing field. It's an exciting time for brands to experiment with and capitalize on the unique benefits of this medium. Samsung has taken a clever jab at Apple with a new ad that's stirring up conversation. This comes in the wake of Apple's controversial Crush commercial for the iPad Pro. Apple's Crush ad aimed to showcase the creative power of the new iPad Pro by metaphorically crushing various artistic representations with a massive hydraulic press. However, the timing couldn't have been worse. Given the current debates by AI potentially replacing human artists, many view the ad as insensitive and off-putting, prompting a significant backlash from the creative community. The response was strong enough that Apple issued an apology shortly after the ad's release. Seizing the opportunity, Samsung released a 43-second spot created by BBH USA that seemed to directly respond to Apple. In the ad, a woman walks into a room filled with broken objects. Reminiscent of the destruction in Apple's ad, she picks up a semi-burned guitar and starts playing a soulful tune, humming along. The message "creativity cannot be crushed" then appears on the screen, followed by highlight of the Galaxy Tab S9 series with Galaxy AI. This ad, directed by Zen brand pace does more than just critique Apple's approach. It celebrates resilience and the enduring nature of creativity. Stefania Ols, Executive Creative Director at BBH USA, emphasized that this ad is meant to celebrate all creative souls who believe that creativity always finds a way. Olga Svrova, VP of Mobile Experience Marketing at Samsung Electronics America, added that championing creativity is central to Samsung's brand, inspiring the product and how they engage with creative communities. Samsung has a history of playful rivalry with Apple, often using the ads to poke fun at their competitor. This latest ad continues that tradition, emphasizing Samsung's commitment to supporting and empowering creativity in a way that resonates deeply with the current cultural context. The ad title Love, Hope and Titanium marks Brooks' first global campaign in a quarter of a century.
I have no business doing a running commercial. 15 months ago, I was dead,
Last year, Rener was hit by a snowplow while trying to save his nephew from being run over by it, resulting in 38 broken bones. In the commercial, Rener recounts how doctors said he wouldn't be able to walk properly again, let be alone run.
My doctor said I would never walk again. And if I did, I'd walk funny. They said, you're never running again. That's not happening.
But 15 months later, this 3.5-minute ad shows how having the right footwear contributed to his speedy recovery. In a heart-chilling and motivational narrative, Rener describes his near-death experience and miraculous recovery, presenting Brooks' shoes along the way. The ad is a powerful reminder that life is short, and miracles can happen.
I find a lot of joy in having the ability to move and be strong at whatever cost, at whatever pain. It's everything to me to be able to move. I'm proud that I'm walking. I'm proud that my family's thriving. And I'm proud that I've taken something that could be perceived as tragic or an accident and turned it into something, turned it into a superpower. Proud of that. It is my duty to be better for myself and for everyone that has helped me. Wherever there is for you, a new beginning, a dream, a goal, let's run there.
This statement not only serves as a motivational message, but also provides one of the best commercial slogans in recent years. This ad is a testament to human resilience and the impact of determination and the right support. It's truly a standout piece in advertising and a perfect example of how storytelling can elevate the brand's message. We are diving into the heated and often hilarious world of US election advertising. With the 2024 presidential race underway, Democrat Joe Biden and Republican Donald Trump are gearing up for a rematch, and the ad campaigns are already making waves. Both candidates and their allies are expected to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on advertisements across television, radio, and digital platforms. This massive spends underscore the high stakes of the election, especially in key swing states like Arizona, Georgia, and Michigan. Biden's campaign has allocated significant funds through both direct campaign spending and supporting committees, while Trump's campaign is heavily funded through committees. The spending patterns show intense competition, especially in battleground states, with Biden focusing on a few big ad waves and Trump spreading his budget more evenly over time. Biden's campaign is focusing on Trump's criminal conviction in a $50 million advertising onslaught. One standout ad featured black and white courtroom images of Trump and highlights his felony conviction and civil court losses. The ad's narrative starkly contrasts Trump's legal troubles with Biden's work as president, aiming to sway independent voters by framing the election as a choice between a convicted criminal and a president who is fighting for you and your family. On the flip side, Trump's ad are taking a more humorous and dramatic approach. One ad, set to air during the presidential debate, asks viewers if Biden, depicted stumbling on stairs and falling off his bike, can really make it through another term. The ad uses clips of Biden's physical mishaps to question his capabilities, with a playful jab at Vice President Kamala Harris waiting in the wings. Another ad targets Biden's record on issues like inflation and illegal immigration, positioning Trump as the candidate who will make America prosperous and strong again. This election cycle is not just a battle of policies, but also a creative showdown, with both sides using humor and drama to capture attention. These ad jabs are becoming increasingly personal, reflecting the current trends in digital consumption and drama culture. The ads are designed to go viral, appealing to younger audiences who consume media in snippets and memes. Both campaigns are leveraging the power of digital platforms to reach voters. using everything from traditional TV spots to QR codes projected around cities. This innovative approach ensures they stay relevant and engage with voters in a new and exciting ways. As we gear up for the November election, the advertising battle between Biden and Trump promises to be entertaining as it is intense. The personal and often humorous nature of these ads highlights the evolving landscape of political advertising, where creativity and digital savviness are key. It comes to no surprise that with the advances of AI and the proliferation of fake news, it has become primordial to check if media outlets have inherent bias towards politics or type of news. In response to that, Duncan Watts and his team at the University of Pennsylvania developed an AI-powered tool aimed at helping us understand how different media outlets might skew the same events. So what exactly is the media bias detector? In a nutshell, it's an AI tool designed to analyze articles from major news publishers, categorizing them by topic, detecting events, and examining factors like tone, partisan lean, and fact selection. Essentially, it helps to see how different news outlets present their stories and where biases might come into play. The story behind it is that Duncan Watts, a computational social scientist at Penn, started noticing issues with media bias long before the 2016 election, which caused major backlash throughout the US. He realized that sometimes the media can present a particular set of facts in a specific order to fit a narrative. This led him to develop the media bias detector, especially timely with the 2024 presidential debates between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. The tool leverages the latest generation of large language models, specifically OpenAI's GPT, to analyze and categorize news articles. It scrapes top articles from major news websites, processes the data, and highlights the political leanings and biases in the coverage. Now let's take a look at an example from the recent presidential debates.
I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way, and I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards.
The first 2024 presidential debate generated a storm of news coverage. According to the media bias detector, more than half of the articles focused on President Biden's age. Right-leaning outlets like Fox and Breitbart devoted a disproportionate amount of attention to this topic, publishing more articles about Biden's age than the entire selection coverage of some other publishers combined. But what about Donald Trump's many false statements during the debate? The detector found that these received very little attention in comparison. The most frequently repeated facts in the articles were largely negative statements about Biden's performance, with very few articles addressing Trump's false statements.
Let's start with the debate. You and your team have said you had a bad night, but your friend Nancy Pelosi actually framed the question that I think is on the minds of millions of Americans. Was this a bad episode or the sign of a more serious condition?
To dig deeper, the team analyzed sentences containing references to Biden's age versus Trump's lies. The result was stark. More than twice as many sentences referenced Biden's age. But more interestingly, let's take a look at the tools ourselves to see what we can observe. Always better to cross-reference, right? Let's first check the politics coverage of the major US publishers. We can observe that most tend to lean more on writing about the Democrats, especially The Guardian and Huffington Post, which seem to lean their writing very little toward the Republican side. Adversely, Fox News and Breitbart do the opposite by leaning their writing vastly towards the Republicans. But who is the most neutral then? Checking at the stats, the clear winner is the Wall Street Journal, which is mostly neutral when writing about politics. So for the readers who want to get more neutral information, I would thus definitely recommend checking them out. Now, because of the drama culture we live in, let's check the tones of all these articles published by these publishers. Let's start with the sad news. All the publishers tend to write more with negative tones than positive ones. Quite a sad observation, I would argue, as it would perhaps help to also talk about the wins sometimes. So what about the optimistic bunch? Who are the publishers who, on average, write the most with positive tones? In that case, and once again, we see that the Wall Street Journal is the top of the class, with the most balanced tones between articles. Another notable example is the Washington Post, which does see a lot of very positive tones compared to the other publishers. Lastly, let's see if there are any biases in business articles. I can just select the color by lean with the coverage as business, and we see that, once again, the Huffington Post leans towards writing on the Democrats a lot in business articles, with The Guardian not far behind. Similarly as for politics though, Fox News and Breitbart lean mostly towards the Republican. And once again, the Wall Street Journal seems to be the most neutral. Props to them for staying on top. Another notable name is the Associated Press, which seems quite unbiased when writing about politics. These quick examples show you some of the ways you can use this great tool. You can also check what are the stories which are the most covered by political parties, which publishers talked about what events, and which decided not to. All in all, I will definitely recommend you to check it out. Finding neutral and quality information is very important nowadays, so check it out and make your pick for the less biased publishers in the US. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, even subscribe, and maybe even share it with your friends. Also, please let us know in the comment section what you want us to cover for this next year, whether it's more advertising news, some scandals, or even talking about important CEOs in the marketing industry, or even talk about the marketing strategies of important people. In short, the voice is yours, and we're eager to learn with you. Now, just before I let you go, as you probably hopefully know by now, we have some online courses on programmatic advertising that you can check out. Programmatic advertising is the reason why you see all of these ads on every news website, TV, audio podcast, even in the streets. It's basically the sort of ad that is outside of social media and search. So if you want to learn more about how these massive advertisers manage to track you everywhere and put advertising in front of you wherever you are, please check it out and let us know what you think about it as well. Have a good one and thanks for your time.